Welcome in, everyone. Steve Lennox, Lennox on Baseball live stream podcast as we recap day number 28 of the Major League Baseball regular season. Far from the sprint run in September, but believe it or not, 4 weeks in now for Major League Baseball's regular season for 2024. Before we recap the 15 games around the big league ballparks from Wednesday, we open with our starting segment, and we call That's Baseball. Max Scherzer, rehab assignment for the Texas Rangers, pitching with AAA Round Rock on Wednesday. Scherzer, 2 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, no walks, like that number. He struck out 4, gave up 2 solo home runs. Now, for Scherzer, a guy going down to the minor leagues, only gave up home runs to AAA hitters. That's okay. They were both solo shots, likely working in the zone, likely working on a lot of different things to get back to the big league level. But Scherzer going down to the minors got me to thinking about all the stories I've heard, all the stories that maybe you've heard as well over the years. When big league guys go down for a rehab assignment, typically they'll take care of the minor league guys. What's that mean? It means a lot of different things. Perhaps guys find new spikes in their locker room, in their lockers, in the clubhouse, maybe batting gloves, maybe new bats, things like that. A lot of guys will take care of that night's post-game spread if they're down for just one game, or maybe they'll wait until they leave town and then do it after they depart, and they'll have a big surprise post-game spread. Now, teams are taking a lot better care of present day than in past decades, and even back, a long time ago, even before my days in minor league baseball. But maybe we'll read about Scherzer in the coming days taking care of the guys at AAA Round Rock. But one thing's for sure, big league players remembering and appreciating where they came from, that's baseball. Let's get into it again. 15 games on the schedule. Recap day number 28 of the Major League Baseball regular season. Red Sox and Guardians continuing their series in Cleveland. Guardians taking the opener Tuesday night as they were able to come from behind against Tanner Houck, and they tagged Houck with the loss. On Wednesday night, I should say really Wednesday during the day, Red Sox placing starting pitcher Brian Bayo on the injured list. Another starting pitcher, another player for the Red Sox going to the IL. Now, initially, they're saying that Bayo may not need a lot of time being down. They're going to see how he responds in the coming days. But Bayo, just another guy who is on the IL right now for the Boston Red Sox. They've lost starting pitchers. They've lost their entire infield. They've lost Trevor Story for the season. It just continues for the Red Sox. But the guys that they put out there any given night, they just don't flinch. Cooper Criswell, next man up, 5 scoreless innings, picked up the win. First with the Red Sox this season, and Criswell doing a nice job, and he got the run support. Red Sox, 8-0 win over the Guardians, out-hit the Guardians 16-4, the 16 hits, including 3 home runs, season high for the Red Sox. I mentioned Criswell, 5 scoreless. Rafael Devers back in the lineup, 3-hit game. Devers solo home run in the 5th. That made it 3-0 at that point in time. Connor Wong, 4 base hits, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs. Wilyer Abreu, impressed with Wilyer Abreu, what he's done early on in the season for the Red Sox. Abreu, 4-hit game. That included a pair of doubles. Guardians 5-game win streak coming to an end with the loss. The series finale between the Sox and Guardians in Cleveland coming Thursday afternoon. The Dodgers are finding DC to their liking, at least over the last couple of days. Dodgers 11 runs, 20 hits Wednesday night in DC, and an 11-2 thumping of the Nationals. Dodgers have taken the first 2 games of that series. Mookie Betts, Will Smith, both collecting 4 hits on Wednesday night. Betts is average now up to 365, and Smith really right behind him. He's at 352. Shohei Ohtani, first time in the big leagues with 3 doubles in the game. He had 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Landon Knack, tip of the cap to Landon Knack, K-N-A-C-K. He gave up 2 runs over 6, picked up the win, his first in the big leagues. Rangers back-to-back home runs from Adolis Garcia and Evan Carter, that in the 4th inning. Rangers in Arlington beat the Mariners 5-1 to even up that series at a game apiece. Carter also had an RBI triple, that in the 7th inning. Wyatt Langford, 3-hit game for the Rangers. His average is up to 267. Langford still looking for his first big league home run, but I assure you that's coming. Rangers pitching combining for 14 strikeouts in that win over Seattle. Padres notching a 5-2 victory against the Rockies at Coors Field. With that, the Rockies still have not put together back-to-back wins at any point now through their first 25 games of the season. Padres 4 in the first. Xander Bogaerts 3-hit game. Ha-Sung Kim 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Robert Suarez 1-2-3 bottom of the ninth inning, and he picked up the save for Suarez, save number 9. Ryan McMahon solo home run in the 6th inning, and McMahon hit it just after the Rockies announcers were singing his praises about a guy who comes to play every single day. He's always in the lineup, and then McMahon, boom, home run. And again, the Rockies losing, still have not won 2 in a row at any point this season. Yankees with a win at the big ballpark in the Bronx. Yankees now up 2-1 in their 4-game series against the A's after dropping the opener on Monday night. Yankees Wednesday night in the Bronx never trailed, beat the A's 7-3. Aaron Judge, Anthony Rizzo, Juan Soto all going deep. Brent Rooker also homering for the A's, a 3-run shot in the loss. Go Cubs, go. Cubs at Wrigley, scoring early and often again in their series against the Astros. That's been a theme in that series so far. Cubs at Wrigley, Wednesday night, 4 in the first inning, held on for a 4-3 victory. Dansby Swanson did make it 4-0. Swanson 2-out 3-run home run in that first inning. His third on the year. Jameson Taillon gave up 2 runs, 1 earned over 5 2/3 innings. Taillon now 2-0 on the season. Astros just 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position, and they left 10 runners on base. Cody Bellinger Wednesday placed on the injured list. Pete Crow Armstrong called up from the minors. Pete Crow Armstrong made his major league debut last year with the Cubs, former first-round draft pick out of the high school ranks by the New York Mets organization, traded from the Mets to the Cubs a few years ago for Javi Baez, who was kind of a rental at that point in time. But Pete Crow Armstrong up in the big leagues for the first time in 2024, with Bellinger going to the injured list. Reds in Cincinnati beating the Phillies 7-3, and they've taken 2 of the first 3 games of that 4-game series, and that series will wrap up on Thursday. Will Benson home run, 2 RBI. Santiago Espinal having a pretty good series against Philadelphia pitching. He had a nice night with a couple of hits and 3 runs batted in. Ellie De La Cruz, 3 hits, RBI. De La Cruz also with 3 of the Reds' 5 stolen bases. De La Cruz now 15 stolen bases on the season. Alec Bohm, 4-hit game, knocked in a pair for the Fighting Phils. Reds using 7 pitchers to record 27 outs. Zach Wheeler, Nick Martinez, the pitching matchup Thursday for that series finale. Brewers a 3-2 win over the Pirates at PNC Park on Wednesday night. Brewers with their 3 runs in the top of the 3rd inning. Pirates got their 2 runs in the bottom of the 3rd. No more scoring after that. Either side, the rest of the way. William Contreras, RBI single in the 3rd for Milwaukee, one of his 3 hits in the game. Next 2 runs scoring for Milwaukee. Bases loaded, hit by pitch, bases loaded, walk. Brian Reynolds, 2-run home run for the Pirates in the loss. Again, that series wrapping up on Thursday as well. Rays going front for good with 3 runs in the home 6th inning, eventually winning 7-5 against the Tigers. And with that, the Rays win the finale and avoid being swept at home by Detroit. Randy Rosarena, solo home run in the win. Curtis Mead broke a 5-5 tie. Mead 2-out 2-run home run, that in the 6th inning for the Tampa Bay Rays. Twins, 3 straight wins in their series at home against the White Sox. Twins Wednesday night winning by a score of 6-3. Willie Castro, 3-run home run in the win. White Sox 1 through 4 hitters combining to go 0 for 16. 0 for 16 with 7 strikeouts. Kevin Pillar, Corey Lee, both homering for Chicago. Garrett Crochet gave up 5 earned runs over 4+ innings. Crochet drops to 1-4 on the season. White Sox now 3-21 through their first 24 games. Their current losing streak is now at 6 in a row. Royals at home in Kansas City picked up a 3-2 win against the Blue Jays Wednesday night. Royals now 15-10 through their first 25 games. A winner for the Cardinals Wednesday afternoon. They took the rubber game in the 3-game series against the Diamondbacks. Cardinals won the finale 5-1 at Busch Stadium. D-backs got their run in the first off starting pitcher and winning pitcher Kyle Gibson. Cardinals 2 in the 6th inning off Jordan Montgomery to go in front. They added a run in the 7th, 2 more in the 8th inning. Diamondbacks 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Cardinals turning 3 double plays in the game, including a double play in the 9th inning that ended it. And if you see that play, you'll see that Ketel Marte didn't really hustle down the first base line with a chance to turn 2. They were able to turn it and end the game. Marte, it wasn't a good look. Marte's certainly not the first guy with a slow start out of the box, and he's certainly not going to be the last as well. Cardinals, Wednesday, optioning Jordan Walker to the minors. 21-year-old Walker, 9 hits over his first 58 at-bats of the season. No home runs, 4 runs batted in over his first 20 games. Now, Walker, a bump in the road to open up the season. Young, terrific talent, one of the top prospects in all of minor league baseball a year ago, and certainly a lot expected of him by the Cardinals organization going into 2024. It'll be interesting to see how he responds. And anytime a player of Walker's caliber goes down to the minor leagues after scuffling, I always like to see the first 3 or 4 games going back down to the minor league. So we'll keep track of that throughout the weekend as Jordan Walker was sent down on Wednesday by the St. Louis Cardinals. Mets closed out their West Coast trip with an 8-2 victory Wednesday afternoon against the Giants. Francisco Lindor breaking out 4 hits, including a pair of 2-run home runs. His average is now up with the 4-hit game to 206. That kind of gives you an idea of where he was at with the batting average. Tyrone Taylor added a double, home run, 3 RBIs. Mets 3-3 on their road trip back home for the next 7, and they'll open up a series Friday night at Citi Field against the Cardinals, and J.D. Martinez is expected to be in the lineup as early as Friday, and the Mets are anticipating his team debut right now on a rehab assignment down in the minors. Giants off Thursday, home for 3 over the weekend in the Bay Area against the Pirates. Orioles jumped out to a 6-0 lead, able to hold on for a 6-5 win against the Angels in Anaheim. With the win in the finale, Orioles take 2 out of 3. Gunnar Henderson, what can he do? Henderson, big day at the plate, 3 for 3, solo home run in the 3rd, 2-run single in the 6th inning, also had a double and 3 runs scored. Dean Kramer struck out 10, gave up 2 runs over 5 1/3. Kramer picking up his first win of the season for the O's. Kramer did not allow a base hit until the 5th inning. 4 relievers combining with Kramer for 15 strikeouts. Mike Trout, another solo home run. That and the loss for the Angels. His 10th home run of the season. 8 of his 10 home runs with nobody on base, and now he's in the leadoff spot. All 13 of his runs batted in so far this year. 10 runs, 13 RBIs. All 13 runs scoring on long balls off the bat of Mike Trout. In Atlanta, Braves able to walk off in the bottom half of the 10th inning. With that, they complete the series sweep against the Marlins. They take it 4-3. Miami showing life. Got a couple of runs in the top of the 9th inning to end up sending the game to extra innings. Michael Harris playing the role of hero for Atlanta. He delivered his 2nd career walk-off base hit. He had 3 hits on the night. Marcell Ozuna, 3 hits, 2 RBIs. Ozuna now 29 runs batted in on the season for Atlanta. Reynaldo Lopez, 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run allowed. He took a no decision in the victory for the Braves. The Marlins, 1 for 13 with runners in scoring position in that extra inning loss, and now 6-20 on the season. That is a wrap on day number 28 of the Major League Baseball regular season. 4 weeks in the books. You don't like where your team's at right now. It really could be an indication of where they're going to be throughout the course of the season. I'll look at the standings in the coming days, maybe after Thursday's games wrap up, just to see maybe I can pick or we can pick a team or two that could, right now be under 500 as we approach May 1 next week. But what team that finishes the month of April right now, think about this. What team right now currently under 500? What team that's going to be at or below 500 at the end of this month, which again comes next week, can get to above 500 with winning baseball during the month of May? You can hit us up on our X or on our formerly Twitter feed. It is our Twitter feed at LenoxOnBaseball. Our LenoxOnBaseball recaps, our interviews, including the one that we did with Matt Cleveland on Wednesday, available on our YouTube channel at LenoxOnBaseball, and the audio version also available on Spotify. We're on X with our live stream, LinkedIn, and our LenoxOnBaseball Facebook page as well. But give me a team that's going to sort of turn things around in May. Participate with us here and let us know who you think, a team right now under 500 that could be above 500 come mid-May or even Memorial Day at the end of the month. Sugar's Random Thoughts, presented by the Yellow Rose of Talbot Bed and Breakfast in Easton, Maryland. If you're considering a stay on the beautiful Maryland Eastern Shore, consider staying at the Yellow Rose of Talbot B&B. Tell my sister Tammy, my brother-in-law Kenneth, who are now grandparents for the 2nd time, that I sent you their way. Angels television play-by-play man Wayne Randazzo is really good. And Wayne Randazzo is not afraid to say on a broadcast what he believes. Don't believe me? Go back to Wednesday's game when Joe Adell was thrown out at second base on a stolen base attempt to end the game. Replay showed that Adell was safe. Wayne Randazzo shared his thoughts on that. And perhaps Wayne Randazzo not being afraid to say what he thinks on a broadcast, well, that may very well be part of what makes him a terrific play-by-play announcer. When was the last time you heard this name? I like doing this because you can go back and look up players. I do it every once in a while here with Sugar's Random Thoughts. When was the last time you heard the name? Ready for it? John Tudor. Tudor won the National League Cy Young Award with the St. Louis Cardinals in 1985. Took the team all the way to the World Series where they lost to the Kansas City Royals. Tudor that year in 85 under Whitey Herzog, 21 wins, 8 losses, 1.93 ERA, had 14 complete games and 10 shutouts. His whip, 0.93. 12 seasons in the big leagues with the Red Sox, Pirates, Cardinals, and Dodgers. And did you know that John Tudor, left-handed pitcher, 12 years in the big leagues, was born in Schenectady, New York? Thank you, Baseball Reference, for the numbers there and the knowledge as well. That is a wrap on day number 28 of the Major League Baseball regular season, and I leave you with this. If I ever had to have a fictional baseball player start a Game 7 of a make-believe World Series, I'm going with Kenny Powers. Enjoy your Thursday, everybody.